What's going on, guys? Before we get started, I do just want to put it out there, this project has already been going on for about 6 months now, and trying to do it 30 minutes here or an hour there is just a lot of footage that either got lost or just never got recorded. So I do apologize for that, and I also want to make it clear, I know it'd be a lot easier to just buy a cheap little daily to build the duramax, but let's be honest, it's a lot more fun, so let's get started.
Alright, we're at the main bearings in. Bolts came in the mail, already got those in and torqued to spec. Gonna go through and later and just kind of double check everything. Piston rings are on the new pistons and rods. All of them are broke, and we've already got 1 through 7 already in. About to put the last piston in now. And then we'll be ready for camshaft. Hey, alright, we're back. It's been a couple months. A lot of stuff's happened. A lot of stuff that's just taken some time to get done. Got the heads all cleaned up. I'm going to do one last little polish on the surface, get everything nice and cleaned up. Lap the valves. Everything's nice and pretty. Got our new 660 springs in. The titanium keeper plates, and something we weren't planning on, but just kind of happened. We got studs. And just so we're on the same page, these are the cosmetic gaskets. They've even got a nice little indentation of where front is. There we go. Get over that little rough spot. Look at the gap. Hardly any. Those are some good gaskets. Alright, let's put the other in. Alright, it has been quite a while. I've been just doing tedious stuff in the background, but update. Obviously, you guys saw we had our heads on, we got our valves on, or not valves, rockers. But now we got a nice ICT valve cover. Got our front cover and balancer installed. Just need the bolt. I need to bring my torque wrench from work because it goes to 250. But we also have a rear cover on. We have a starter and motor mounts, which I don't know if you guys saw in the background. I know it's bright outside, but we have a truck. We'll talk more about that in the next episode whenever we actually swing this thing in. But motor mounts are in, so that's cool. Yeah. So went and recently got the truck. Tried to test fit this thing after I ripped out the 2.2 and T5, which if anybody wants one, I got one. Tried to test fit it and just to see, because I don't believe people on the internet. Yeah, I don't trust people. So pulled the engine out, tried to fit the 5.3 in there. Wouldn't you know, it won't fit with the truck pan. Okay, so good news is we have a nice brand new oil pan. Same company that made the motor mounts, but they make a knockoff Holley oil pan. See if I can set this up here. And it's on Amazon, and it ships in 2 days. And it was one of the cheapest oil pans Amazon had. So, look at that. We got oil pan and oil pan gasket, which looks like it's the same brand that I put in it, nice and Chinese. Bright sides came with new hardware. Got a new pickup tube, nice and sealed off. And don't mind the trash can, it was windy the other day. But all the bell housing bolts are machined. I know that's been a pretty big problem with parts lately, is not having threads and people have to make their own. But that doesn't appear to be too bad. Got a nice drain plug off to the side. Obviously this is the 302-1 style pan, nice and low profile, and it's a lot further back. I'll actually pull that one off and we can see the exact difference, because you know, granted, that casting is very ugly, but if someone got this and actually cared, they could probably sand that down and make it look really pretty. But it's nice and thick walled. So, alright. Look at that. That's not tall at all. Where's the old thing? It came up to here. Alright, we're gonna go back to off camera. I feel like this is a good spot to stop. Quick little talk about this. Just to kind of mention some of the parts we've got going into this, because I didn't really get into it in the actual episode. For starters, the history on this engine was either the oil pump went out or it just ran out of oil. I guess it's kind of the first one, but basically the first 5 connecting rods on the crankshaft, just all the bearings spun and burned up. So automatically we got 5 junk connecting rods and a junk crankshaft and an engine with a lot of metal in it. So I ripped it all apart before I even got the Duramax. Sent it off to a guy in town. He cleaned all the metal out of it. So we got a clean block. Picked up another 5.3 that was rusted in the cylinder walls. Took the crankshaft out of that, polished it up, put it in this, and got 8 brand new stock style connecting rods. I would say factory, but they're cheap off of Rock Auto. Then for pistons, we went with some AC Delco flat tops because camshaft we picked, we need a higher compression ratio. So that got us to about a 10.3. We need like a 10.5 or more. So with our AC Delco pistons, we went with a 40 thou cosmetic head gasket. That brings our chamber volume a lot down when paired with a 706 head. So now we're at like a 10.6 and a half to 1. So we're well above where we need to be for this camshaft. And the camshaft is a Texas Speed Tsunami 2. I think it's their updated version. It's more or less like a stage 4.5 from Texas Speed. I mean, it's a big cam. Has no practical purpose being a daily, but we're gonna find out. And then obviously I said we got 706 heads, 660 valve springs, stock rocker arms, got some LS10 lifters, and then obviously, yeah, we got our, which you can't see right now, but our knockoff Holley 302-1 oil pan. So you can see it there. I've done a little bit off camera already, but figures, that tracks. Thank you all for watching, and next episode we will be putting this thing in the S10, mocking everything up. Stick around for that. Thank you for watching.